Hello and welcome to this webcast on how to create a group dashboard for revision in iLearn Wales, and this is the second in a two-part series. The first one I looked at some web technologies and other technologies you could use to support revision, and what I'm going to do here is show you how to set up the group dashboard, but then also how to put in the technologies that you might have created elsewhere into one place, so the students have got a one-stop shop for revision. So first thing you need to do is you'll have a groups widget on your dashboard, and in your groups widget you'll have all of your teaching groups listed, and what you'll need to do is identify the groups or group that you want to set the revision page up for. Now if that group doesn't exist currently and you want a custom group made, then you can request this either through your school administrator or by contacting me at james.kent@torvine.gov.uk, and we can get those custom groups set up for you. Now I've set up a group called JK Revision group, and as you can see it's just myself and my colleague Chris that are currently a member of this group, and when you get to this dashboard, at the moment there's very little on it. You've got a shared folder without any naming or anything, and apart from a group blog that we've set up just to show you how that works, there's nothing else there. So the first thing that you might want to do, if there are any folders or files that you want to put onto into the shared folder area, is to set up some shared folders. So the first thing you do if you go to the shared folder area is to select the new folder icon, and then to give this folder a name. So it may be that if you're doing this specifically for revision, you might want to call this something like, I'm just going to go along with my geography theme just for illustrative purposes. You might want to put, for example, all of the resources that support coastal processes into a folder. So then if we go back into the shared folder on the breadcrumb trail, you can see I've got a folder up there now that's called coastal processes. I might then want to add a new folder, a series of folders. Okay, so the next one might be tectonic processes. Okay, and then I can save that again. And again, if I go back to the shared folder, you can now see I've got two folders set up in my shared area. And if I want to then add some files to those, that's quite simple too. So if I click on Coastal Processes, I'm now in the folder Coastal Processes, which we can see here. I can then add some files to this. So if I want to select a new file here, what I can then do is browse for the file I want to put in. Okay, so let's say for the sake of argument I wanted to put in an image. Let's put one of these images in. This one will do, just to show you how it works. And give it a bit of a description, which will come in when you come in useful when you highlight, hover across the file. You can save that, and then there you are. You can see that in this folder I've now got these images. Okay, so if I go back to the shared folder, I have now got in my Coastal Processes folder, I've got that series of images. You can add as many files in there as you like, as many folders in there as you like. Okay, so if I go back now to the group dashboard that I've set up, okay, the JK Revision Test Group, you can now see that on the dashboard you will see that I've got set up the shared folder with the folders here, and so if you open there it is, open the one folder, you can see there the image I've just uploaded, so the students can then access that material. So that's how to set up shared folders and to add files. But what you can also do, there are some other options here. One of the options is to add embedded HTML. Now what that basically means is anything that you've created within on the internet that you perhaps want to share, there's an option to embed it on your dashboard here. Or if there's a YouTube clip you want to select, you can do that very simply. You select embedded HTML, you add the widget, you can then see it's appeared on the screen. Now I'll show you very quickly how to do this for a YouTube clip, because that's quite straightforward. So if you go to youtube.com it's likely you'll have found the clip that you want in any case. But actually, if I search for coastal processes, okay, just to find a video that might be of some use. Here's a what is coastal erosion? That might be quite useful. So I click on there, and if I want to take that particular video and embed it, all I need is the URL at the top of the screen. So you can see I've highlighted it in blue. I can copy this. I can then go back into my group page. I can edit the widget shown on the embedded HTML. I can give it a title, which will be Coastal Processes. I can select the YouTube icon, and then I can simply paste in the URL that appeared at the top of the YouTube screen there, insert it, and as you can see, I've now got the film ready to go. I've just shrunk it a little bit to make sure that it fits inside the box when it appears on the screen. If I press save now, when that comes up on the screen, you can see that I've now successfully embedded my YouTube clip, okay, on the screen, and I can either play it in the screen here, or I've got the option to view full screen. So if there's particular videos that you want the students to watch to support their revision, you can embed them in that way if you like. Okay, so that's embedding video. Now, if you watched my other video, you'll know that there are other technologies you can use, so that I can embed information from. Now, one of those was a technology called GoAnimate, and if I log into GoAnimate now, I've perhaps got a video here that I want to embed from the ones that I've already created. Okay, so when the option allows me to, if I go to my home and my videos, because this is already logged in, I will show you how to get the video and embed that. So it's just bringing up my videos now, the ones that I've got available. So it might be that I want the tsunami revision on this page. If I do, all I have to do is select the share option on the video. It then gives me several options, one of which is this, to get the embed code. Now this is the important one for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the embed code, I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to go back into my group dashboard. I'm going to go to edit widget, and I'm going to call it tsunami revision. And then you can see here you've got a film reel which says insert or edit embedded media. If I then go to the area that's called source, I can paste in the embed code that I've selected from GoAnimate. Don't worry about what it is, it just tells the iLearnWales what you want to show. You can insert this, and as you can see, that's now come up on the screen. When I save that now back into my group dashboard, you should notice that what comes up in the tsunami revision box when it's uploaded. There it is, there's my GoAnimate animation that can now be watched in that box as well. So as you can see, what I'm starting to do is I'm starting to collect together a series of revision materials that might be useful for my students. So that's the GoAnimate. You can do the same for Prezi. You can see the same for some of the other technologies I've shown you, such as Padlet or the old Woolwisher, and you can start to really add some very useful content, some engaging content onto the board for the students. And of course, with things like the Padlet, the students can also add their own ideas onto that wall, and that can develop as well. Now, something that I have added on here on the dashboard is a blog. Now, if I go to the admin area of the blog, I can show you how to set a blog up for your students, and it's very simple. So these are the groups that I belong to where I've set blogs up. All you need to do is go to the page that you want to add your blog onto, right click on the appropriate area, and then click on create. Okay, and then you can create a blog. So this might be Coastal Revision Advice. Okay, and then you can click on create, and then this will enable you to set up and to start writing a blog to your students. So you can write in here, over the next few weeks I'll be sharing some good advice on how to approach exam questions. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that for now, and save it. So when you finish with it, you can save and publish. Okay, and then when you go back to your group page, you'll see that is then available. Okay, so if I go back into my iLearn Wales area now, and I go back to that group dashboard, the one I've set up for revision, you can see now that I have got 2 blogs on the go. It's Coastal Revision Advice and Revision, and what the students can then do is visit those blogs, and they can add comments themselves, ask questions that you can then have an ongoing dialogue with them about. So once again, it's bringing all of your revision ideas into one place. Okay, so that's how to set up a group dashboard and how to add some content from those blocks. One last thing to show you is courses. Okay, now this is really useful if you've got a series of playlists that you want to add onto to give students access to. You can create a course on your dashboard here. You could call it perhaps revision. You can upload a thumbnail if you want to show to the course what it's going to be about by direct uploading. Okay, you can browse for an image there, and you can select something appropriate. So I might just select this one. This will help you with revision. Okay, save that, and then you've got a revision course that the students can then have a look at. And then you can create a course step. Now this might be something like revision materials, describe the task here, work through these, activities. Okay, and then what you can do is you can attach various documents that you want them to work through in here, if you want them to do it in a more structured way, in a step rather than through the shared documents. Or you might even want to attach a playlist that you've already written. So you can do that. You can attach it to a playlist, and then you can select the playlist you want them to select. So it might be, for example, that you want them to have a look at the revision workshop. You save that in there, and then when they go to week 1 of their revision, they can actually answer the playlist that contains the revision workshop materials. Okay, so if we now go back to the group dashboard that I've created, the revision test group, you can now see that that course is on the ready to go. So very, very quickly I've started to develop some really useful revision area that my students can visit to start revising. I hope you found this useful. Any questions, please let me know.